Welcome, friends! Today we're gonna look at Pokémon Quest. It looks like a really cute game, so let's see what it's about. Pokémon Quest is essentially an auto-battler game. You bring a team of 3, and each of the missions are more or less the same. You'll auto-battle a handful of waves of wild Pokémon before the boss of the stage spawns. And it is fun to watch them go. But I'd like to control one of my guys. But they'll automatically walk everywhere, and you've got no control over where they go. Now, while you can't control their movement directly, you can, however, select which attacks they use. There's these buttons down here at the bottom of the screen, which represent each of your Pokemon's attacks, and pushing whichever button will have them use said attack. It's kind of neat to see a real-time Pokemon game, and this is a system that many of us might have imagined, but it's actually quite boring in practice. And when you click the button for a move, they will also use that move immediately rather than walking into the proper position or range to use said move. So you might as well just play the whole thing in auto mode anyway. But the auto battling isn't what I think is fun about it. First off, the progression system is quite neat. Of course, Pokemon gain experience and level up, but they also come with these sockets for equipment, which you will unlock more of as they gain levels. Collecting these is fun, and this system gives you a lot of freedom in team building. At least that's what it feels like at first, until you start getting all the rare ones, which basically have all the stat bonuses all at the same time. So it just eventually becomes a game of the biggest number. Collecting the Pokemon, however, does actually remain fun the entire time. So you get to choose your first Pokemon out of the OG starters, and then you get Pidgey and Rattata after playing the tutorial. But then after that, wild Pokemon will just wander into your camp periodically and befriend you. It happens once daily, but then it happens after each time you cook food, which is actually the main method for befriending new Pokemon. Now, depending on what ingredients you put in the pot will affect which Pokemon might show up in your camp. I've just been going at it randomly, and it's always fun seeing who will show up next. Especially because I'm pretty sure this game is just the original 150 or 151, and we love all of them. Now, each recipe will finish cooking after you've played a different number of expeditions. And this is where the game becomes pay to progress. So each expedition you play costs an energy, and if you've ever played an auto-battling type game before, then you already know that when your energy runs out, you can't play any more missions, unless you buy more, and that's how they get you. Energy in this game naturally regenerates at one point every 30 minutes, so you're supposed to just check back in every so often. And just like any other energy-based mobile game, you get loads of in-game currency for completing missions right at the start. But the good stuff runs out fast, hoping that you'll get addicted. So if you do get hooked, then maybe you'd like to buy one of these starter kit collection bundle things they got here. Convenient how there's no prices on anything in-game, and you'll have to go all the way to the Nintendo eShop before you'll know how much anything cost. Now, the last thing in this game that we haven't talked about yet are these decorations which you can place in your camp to get some bonuses, like extra XP or extra materials. I think you get one for free each time you complete an entire area. At least that's how it is in the early game, but it looks like you'll have to buy the good ones. You'll also have to buy more storage capacity for your befriended Pokemon, as well as those equipable stones. And you only get 20 of each to start. I suppose it is a free game. At least let them sell bag slots. This really is a cute game that's fun to check in on from time to time. And even though it's an auto-battler, it does start to challenge you rather quickly. The difficulty spikes just as soon as you complete the first area, so you'll have to grind quite a bit to advance. If you're playing it a whole bunch in one sitting, it really is quite boring. But I think it's meant to be a game that you just come back to and check on from time to time. The art style and the way the bosses are sort of reminds me of Pokémon Rumble, which is just this game but way better, and you actually get to control one of the Pokémon directly. I've got it downloaded on my original Wii, but I think there's a DS and phone version of it. So rather than an auto-battler, it's more of a top-down action game. If you're even a little bit interested in Pokémon Quest, just go play Rumble instead.